Hi friends! We're here to read you another story today to get you ready for Shabbat. And we have our little Shabbat emoji here ready. And we have our little Shabbat table, but it's also Pesach. And so we did something special on our Shabbat table. Under our challah cover is matzah instead of challah because it's also Pesach and Shabbat. So we're going to read a story to you today. It's called Yaffa and Fatima, Shalom, Salaam. It's a beautiful story if you haven't read it yet before. So the word shalom is written in English here, but yeah, that is a Hebrew word.
But is this a Hebrew word?
Well, let's listen and find out. In a beautiful land called the land of milk and honey, there lived two neighbors. One was named Yaffa and the other was named Fatima. Yaffa and Fatima each owned a beautiful date grove. During the week, they both worked very hard gathering their dates. On most days, Yaffa and Fatima sold all their dates at the market and were able to buy plenty of tasty food to eat, which they often shared. Yaffa loved Fatima's shawarma, and Fatima loved Yaffa's schnitzel.
But she had a lot.
Yeah. Yaffa prayed in a synagogue, and Fatima prayed in the mosque. They both loved God, and they both loved to follow God's way. Yaffa would read from her Siddur in the morning, and Fatima would read from her Quran in the morning. Yaffa fasted on Yom Kippur, and Fatima fasted during Ramadan.
And now they go home.
Fatima celebrated Eid, and Yaffa celebrated Passover. When Yaffa saw Fatima, she would wave and call, Shalom, peace. And when Fatima saw Yaffa, she would wave and call, Salaam, peace. One year, there was very little rain. Fatima and Yaffa had very few dates to eat or to sell at the market. Yaffa lay awake at night. She was worried. Maybe Fatima is hungry, thought Yaffa. Fatima lay awake at night. She was worried. Perhaps Yaffa didn't have enough to eat today, thought Fatima. Fatima placed a basket of dates on her donkey. Then she took them to Yaffa's house. She poured the dates into a basket on Yaffa's porch. Isn't that nice she was sharing?
Mm-hmm.
Contactless delivery. Meanwhile, Yaffa collected a basket of dates, placed it on her donkey, and carried it to Fatima's house. She poured the dates into a basket on Fatima's porch. The two neighbors quietly made their way back home, feeling happy. Isn't that nice? They shared what they had with each other. They didn't even know they were both doing it. In the morning, when Yaffa walked onto her porch, to her great surprise, she saw a basket full of dates. Goodness, I have so many dates. I will take more to Fatima tonight. Meanwhile, Fatima walked out onto her porch and was just as surprised. Goodness, I have more dates than I thought. I will take some more to Yaffa tonight. That night, both Yaffa and Fatima loaded their donkeys with dates and set off toward each other's homes. They met just where their fields came together. Fatima looked at Yaffa, and Yaffa looked at Fatima. The two friends laughed and hugged each other. Shalom, said Yaffa. Salaam, said Fatima. Thank you for thinking of me, said Yaffa. Thank you for thinking of me too, said Fatima. Together they returned to Yaffa's house to share a meal of dates and tea. Again, that story was called Yaffa and Fatima, Shalom, Salaam. Show you the book. Thank you so much for joining us for another story. Shabbat Shalom, happy Passover, and have a wonderful, relaxing weekend. You want to say Shabbat
Keep
Shalom?
washing your hands.
Keep washing
Stay
your hands.
healthy.
Shabbat Shalom,
Bye.
friends.